Today, the short story we are going to look at in depth is A Pair of Silk Stockings by Kate Chopin. You might be familiar with her name, as a short story called The Story of an Hour is quite a famous piece of short fiction. A little background of the writer before we move ahead. Kate Chopin was an American author of short stories and novels and is one of the most frequently read and recognized writers of short fiction. Let's begin with the title of the story, A Pair of Silk Stockings. It portrays not just the presence of a pair of silk stockings, but it is an emblem of a great many things that symbolize profuseness, abundance, fulfillment, longing, desire. So what's the story? The protagonist is Mrs. Somers. What happens is that she finds $15 unexpectedly because she's never been in possession of such an amount, so she becomes restless in planning as to how to spend the money. She thinks of buying new things for her children, like every middle-class woman, but finally ends up spending all on herself by purchasing new shoes, new gloves, eating good food, and going to the play. Let's come to the review of the story. The writer uses certain chunks of language that point out the theme of the story. Phrases such as dreamy state in order to describe Mrs. Somers' condition after she finds the money, and the very word dream refers back to the same point at the end of the story when the play was over, the music ceased, the crowd filed out. It was like a dream ended. So, after all, everything was just transitory like a dream. Moreover, the writer depicts the sharp contrast between the societies of Mrs. Somers and the one she strives to mingle with. As the line in the text rightfully sketches, there were many others who were there solely for the play and acting. The writer used a lot of literary devices. The first and foremost is that of symbolism. The silk stockings symbolize desire, longing, fulfillment, and abundance all at the same time. Desire of the protagonist to belong to the privileged society, desire of the protagonist to be free, the desire of the protagonist to feel her individuality, and then temporary fulfillment of that longing. The story is full of illustrative images that delineate the very theme of the story. The protagonist sets her heart on excellent and stylish fit of clothes. She's been equaled with the princess of royal blood. She looks at the brilliantly dressed women. Then the food she eats has been described in such an elaborated language such as a plump chop with cress, a small cup of black coffee. A lot of similes have been used. She sees her future as dim, gaunt monster. Then the silk stockings feel like a tiara of diamonds, which is a hyperbole as well. You know, when you exaggerate the quality of something. Then the next moment, the very silk stockings feel like serpent, the serpent of never-ending desires. So basically, the story depicts Mrs. Somers as the one who yearns for freedom and individuality, but could attain only a short reprieve from her life and responsibilities, and could never really be freed. If the review has made you curious enough to read the story on your own, you can go to this link and enjoy reading. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more interesting reviews. Thank you for watching the video.